Wow, what an incredible story. So, what would you say to people wanting to get a job in investment banking these days?
I think it's we all know it's super difficult to be doing that because just numerically there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are looking for those jobs. But I think it comes back to the similar sort of thing that how I found a job, in 1995, which is decades ago, it's generations ago, and yet the same principles sort of apply. I think first of all you've got to have your interview technique, absolutely wound down, which is you have faultless answers for why you want this job, the specifics of the job, what are you going to bring to this job, all these different ways, but it's the job, right? What is it about the job that makes you excited? What have you done that demonstrates your ability to do that job? So there's a whole thing, think carefully about why do you want to do this job? Have that answered in many different ways. Secondly, why do you want to work for this organization? I had read information from the newspapers about these banks that I was interviewing with. I knew the people that I was meeting. I'd done the research about it, which no one else had done. So I think when you get to that interview process, that's the sort of thing. And also ask millions of questions to be really enthusiastic. The other thing is you've got to somehow make your cover letter or your CV, really something that jumps out. And that's very difficult these days. So you've got to have some different experience, or you've got to have a way of contacting these people or putting yourself into a different, if you've got 1,000 CVs or resumes to look at, how do you make it the one that's jumping out? And I think that's the big issue these days. So it's sometimes calling up these senior partners at law firms or investment banks or whatever, and trying to have a short conversation with them, or going to the milk rounds, as they call them in the UK, these places where they're trying to hire people, and going up to people and saying, tell me about what you do, I'd like to meet, and just having a personal contact, because they can't have personal contact with 1,000 people, and you're probably one of 10 people who have had the personal contact. So that's the difference, and get their business card and sort of hunt them down. And if you do that 10 or 20 times, maybe one or two of them, they will have the next conversation. It's a numbers game, and it's incredibly challenging and tough, but you've got to think through it carefully and just figure out, where is your value added in this process? What can you tell people that's different?